very good-looking brother-sister team. They are the part owners and managers of La Grande Salade Saloon, and they're here to tell us a little bit about the restaurant. Bill, Marianna, welcome.
Thank you, Bob.
Bill, why don't you tell us where we're located?
Well, if you're heading from Wilmington, we're about a mile north of the Brandywine Raceway. However, if you're heading from Philadelphia, we're about a mile south of Route 1. We got in business there about 7 years ago. Actually, we should start out and say that my father is the big cheese. He's the boss. And we are working for him. Anyhow, he bought the place 7 years ago and was under a different name for a while, and then we changed it to La Grande Salade Saloon about 2 years ago. And we had a new concept, and we had a new feeling and outlook towards restaurants. And Marianna, she's our resident salad expert, so I think she'll talk a little bit more about that.
Marianna, would you be kind enough to tell us about your specialty salads?
Certainly. The focus at La Grande is on the salad bar. It's a 30-foot salad bar. It features everything from appetizers through dessert. We have grilled garlic bread, homemade chili, homemade soups, chopped chicken livers, herring and wine and cream. We have a number of fresh salads that vary daily. And on our dessert bar, we have what we call La Sundae Bar. There's a soft serve ice cream machine, and you make your own sundaes, top it as you like. And the salad bar is included with all the dinner entrees, which vary from anywhere from steaks to veal, lamb, and
other specialties, you can't even think of them all.
No.
No, I was there and I found that the salad in and of itself is an incredible meal, and I almost felt guilty because I had trouble finishing my main dish. You get very healthy portions too.
There's one thing I like to point out is that when the people do come to La Grande, in the price of the whole entree, they get an appetizer, a soup, and a dessert, which is sort of different than your normal restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Marianna, tell us a little bit about the ambiance, the atmosphere of the place.
Well, it's as comfortable for someone who's casually dressed as someone who comes formal. We have two very separate rooms that are connected by the salad bar. We are in the process right now of renovating our older room. We hope to update the atmosphere in there shortly. We have entertainment on Friday and Saturday evenings. We have a violinist at our Sunday brunch.
Oh.
So it's something that would appeal to all sorts of tastes.
Now, the Sunday brunch, I know, is one of your specialties. Why don't you tell the viewers about that?
Well, it's very extensive. It is buffet. There's a hot and a cold line. Where the salad bar is located, our cold food is placed. And on there we have fresh fruits, fresh salmon, whitefish salads. We have shrimp cocktail. There's king crab claws. We may have mussels marinara. We have a number of fresh pastries baked that morning. Cinnamon buns, bagels, all sorts of breads. Our desserts are very extensive. Our dessert person can't wait for the next Sunday brunch to occur so she can have some new creation. On the hot side.
Well, I can take care of the hot side. When we first opened up, I was thrown behind the line with my chef hat and whites, and I had to put out omelets and pancakes. Pancakes where we have a specialty, and we have a different pancake every week, either strawberry, blueberry, banana. And then a little further down the line, we make eggs Benedict fresh. And we also have fresh sausage and bacon. We cut roast beef and ham also there. It's very nice combination between the cold and the hot lines.
Of course, you can go back as often as you like.
Right. That's the nice part. Now, would you recommend making a reservation for the Sunday brunch?
Most certainly. Yeah.
How about just for regular dinner during the day?
I always recommend reservations.
Well, now I'd like to know a little bit about your education, because you're just not only born and bred in the restaurant business, but you specialized in restaurateurism in college, I understand. Bill?
Well, Bob, back in high school, my sister and I, we ran two restaurants down in Jersey Shore in Longport and Ocean City. They were small coffee shops with about 40 seats in one and 80 seats in the other. And that's when we really got involved in restaurants there. We also got into catering. I was attending Boston College after I graduated high school, and I realized that restaurants were the thing I really loved. So I went to Cornell, which has one of the better programs in the country, and I graduated there in June, and now I'm working for my father in another restaurant. My sister also took a similar path, and she'll tell you a little bit about that.
Well, I have an undergrad degree in psychology. I decided that I wanted to finish in that end, and then I went to Cornell in their graduate program, also in hotel and restaurant management. I worked for a year in Dallas, Texas for another employer, found out it was a whole lot nicer working for yourself, and I came back home about a year and a half ago. And we both feel that the education has greatly benefited us. We learn more in 2 to 4 years than many people who are in the business for 10 to 20 years. We just learned a little bit quicker, possibly.
Dad seems to like your ideas. It looks...
Well, it's a sort of thing where we bring the ideas to him, and he's good because he tempers our liberalism a little bit. He's a little more conservative, and it makes a good combination, I feel.
Good balance.
Yeah.
Now why don't you take us on a gastronomical tour of the fine foods from La Grande Salade Salon. Marianna?
Well, you know,
Bill's going
I
to
think
start
I'll start out with veal. All right, right here you can see we have fresh veal. It's milk-fed veal. We get this delivered fresh, and right here is the tenderloin of veal, and the porterhouse veal, and the round of veal. And we fabricate right on the premises. That means cutting them down into fillets and into medallions. Here is one of our favorite veal dishes. Actually, we have a lot of veal dishes that we specialize in: veal marsala, veal piquant, veal oscar. Right here is veal gallery, and this is the original piece as it does look before we cook it. There's the veal tomatoes, Swiss cheese, crab meat. And then what happens is we saute the veal, and then we saute the crab meat, tomatoes, and then we melt the Swiss cheese on top. This dish over here, on the other hand, is a little bit different. Although we do saute the veal, this is veal La Grande. And here we have a special sauce, and the sauce is made of mushrooms, pimentos, capers, and then the pan after it's sauteed is deglazed with red wine and a cream, and it really gives it a very nice flavor. A little further along here, getting from the veal over to the salmon, this is some of the fresh fish. When I was younger, we used to go down to the food center, my father and I, and pick out the fish, but no longer. We send somebody else to do it because we don't have time. This is fresh salmon here, and we fillet it, and for the presentation, we poach it, and then we put a nice béarnaise sauce, along with maybe some other sauce on occasion, hollandaise. So béarnaise, if you're not familiar, has a hollandaise texture, but it has a tarragon vinegar flavor to it. It adds a little snap to the whole dish. And around here you can see assorted vegetables. We have deep-fried eggplant, and French fries, our style, we call them Sweet Willies. And then we have cauliflower and broccoli, which are steamed, and then carrots and whatnot. And I think Marianna will take care of the rest of the food items.
Marianna?
The next fresh fish item is a red snapper. It's a whole snapper. We'll serve it head on or head off, depending if you like an eye looking at you. We call this particular dish a la Grecian. Our chef is Greek, Charles Capradelis, and he adds that flavor to a number of our fishes, a number of our entrees. This one is cooked in lemon butter and oregano. That gives it the Greek flavor. The next one down, we have a roasted leg of lamb, and it is also cut into medallions, and it's served with its own natural gravy. It's basted in garlic also. With all of our dinner entrees, we do serve fresh vegetables, and as Billy said, our baked deep-fried potato. In our luncheon entrees, we serve fresh fruit. There's a little bit of a difference there.
And Marianna, what are your hours?
We are open daily,
Yes.
Tuesday through Sunday, until 11 to 11. Friday and Saturday evening, we're open until 1 a.m. We're closed on Monday.
Okay. Well, Bill, Marianna, thank you very much for coming on Focus Delaware.
Thank you.
And thank you also very much for offering us a gift certificate for dinner for two. And why don't we give that away now? Okay, you viewers, now you've got a nice chance to see the dishes offered at La Grande Salade Saloon. To win a gift certificate for dinner for two, all you have to do is answer this question. I hope you were watching earlier in the show. What is the name of the musical quartet that was featured on tonight's Focus Delaware show? Again, the question is, what is the name of the musical quartet that was featured on tonight's Focus Delaware show? Now, if you know the answer, call 652-4424. If you're the fifth caller with the correct answer, then you'll win yourself a gift certificate for dinner for two, and Bill and Marianna have promised that they'll mail that out to you directly. Thanks very much, and now we're going to go on and see another segment of Focus Delaware. I think you'll enjoy this.